Counselor Dave Oliver.
So I know this may sound weird, but just getting out of your car, just if you have to do anything outside, it just wears you out.
At the very least, it's a nuisance.
Yeah.
And it's annoying.
Yeah.
But at the very most, it's dangerous. It's hazardous. And
You're right.
Cover all that for you right now. It's the first alert day. And, you know, we live in a very, very windy place. When we say first alert, like this graphic says, that means we expect some very high impacts and maybe some hazards that we need to be aware of. You know, yesterday we had winds topping 60 miles per hour. Some folks are going to exceed that today, it looks like. Peak gusts just over the last, well, say the morning hours, we've been up to 48 miles per hour in Amarillo. The 40s are really starting to take hold, and we're on the way up. So most of the area, especially the southwestern half of the area, is going to be prone to some stronger winds going into the afternoon. Live shot from Bushton, just keeping an eye on I-40 there. No major problems, some patchy blowing dust. And we'll need to revisit this as the day goes on. But it's a day that, you know, travel is going to be hampered and difficult. High-profile vehicles, trucks can get blown right over, so we're going to watch out for that. But it's kind of an interesting situation today. I mean, we usually have interesting weather, but today is especially interesting. Just looking at temperatures, Childress is 70, Elkhart's 21. So there's almost a 50-degree range in temperatures across the area. Amarillo 63. You see right in there, temperatures drop off. Also, when we look at current wind speeds, well, you notice we have west winds, and then we have north winds getting down to about Borger and Pampa. And not quite as gusty behind that north wind, but a wind shift. And most of the stronger winds are going to be south of that wind shift. That's a strong cold front. This is interesting. Look at the satellite loop. You can see low clouds coming in behind the front. The front right now has pushed down to about Canadian, Miami, getting close to Pampa, Borger, Dumas, Dalhart. That's where we're getting that wind shift. If you're north of the front, the situation today is a lot better. It's going to be colder and still kind of breezy, but the humidity is up, the wind is down. So it's going to come down to exactly where that front ends up. I think it's probably pushed about as far south as it's going to go. And then it may even back up a little bit. So say the Canadian River southward, we're going to have that west downsloping wind. High wind warning, probably going to drop off some of the counties to the north because of that wind shift, but most of us have a high wind warning. Gusts over 70 are going to be possible. And right here in the central sections, kind of like yesterday, there's going to be areas of blowing dust. This is a blowing dust advisory. I mean, we can get brownout, zero visibility across roadways. Watch out for that. Behind the front, watch this humidity. Stays a lot higher than near 20 down to the south. So the fire threat is definitely going to be higher down across the south. Taking a look at the wind, well, watch that wind shift. Stays about right in there, but these are sustained winds getting close to 40 and probably gusting, as I said, 60 to 70 miles an hour plus. Here is some good news. Tomorrow morning, wow, the wind is behind us for a little while. We get that wind speed down less than 10 miles per hour. It'll be chilly in the morning, 30s, even teens up to the north and Arctic air. I think we'll be in the 50s tomorrow for Amarillo, probably stay in the 30s in that northeast corner, but without the wind, we don't get much of a break, I'm afraid. We're going first alert again by Sunday. The next low kicks in. It's going to be a day similar to today. Very strong winds late in the weekend. Get that on your calendar, and we'll track that one for you also. Today, I've got 40 on there. That's sustained. As I mentioned, we'll get some stronger gusts. Wind is down tomorrow. We got 56. Friday, we're in the 50s. Saturday, we're coming into the 60s, but look at Sunday. I went ahead and threw first alert on there with winds probably 40 to 60 miles per hour. It's just that time of the year. You know, we really need to get some moisture in here. If not, every time that wind gets up, that fire threat is going to be monumental. Please be cautious today.
Well, let me ask you this, Dave. Is it because we don't have any moisture that it makes it windier? Is that anything to do with each other?
You know, really, I think we're going to have wind anyway.
Okay.
But if we have, you know, green grass and moisture, it's not as bad. If we have dry grass and dry air, you know, that wind just aggravates everything.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Thank you so much. Stay with us.